joined here today by the one and only Hayder Hassan, set to fight real soon against Carl Booth from England at Brave 32. Cut up here real soon, December 14th. What's up, man? Thanks so much for joining me. How are you?
Hey, what's up, Lucas? Man, I appreciate you having me on, brother. Man, all's good, bro. I just getting home from sparring. Got some good rounds, good tough rounds, and better have a little lunch, and then head back out to the gym for some strength and conditioning this afternoon. So yeah, man, staying busy, grinding, and looking forward to the 14th.
For sure, man. And I do know you announced on Instagram that you had signed with a Brave CF. Is this a multi-fight deal, or is this just going to be one fight? I mean, can we expect to see you more often with them?
Yeah, so I signed a 3-fight deal with them. The first fight's being December 14th. And God willing, man, I can stay healthy and I'll be able to rep these 2 other fights out. Ideally by the, God willing, if I can fight 3 times by June, July, rep these out, then be ready to go and get like a good money contract with, with whoever. If it's with Brave, then awesome. I'd love to stay with Brave. But God willing, I'll have some good winning streak ahead, and my doors will be open.
And so, how does it feel for you knowing that you're going to be consistently, at least for these next 2, 3 fights, you're going to be with Brave? How does it feel to know you're consistent? I mean, we know that sometimes outside of Bellator, outside of UFC and things like that, it can be tough. You sort of pick up a fight here and there. How does it feel to know you got the next couple of fights? You're going to be a little more consistent for you.
Yeah, man, it's big time, bro. I mean, it's really the consistency is important, and also like knowing that you're going to get paid when you're supposed to get paid. A couple other promotions that I fought for, it happened to me 3 times. 3 times in a row, back to back to back, where like I was fighting, and took 6 to 8 weeks to get paid. Sometimes I wouldn't know if I'm going to get paid at all. And then after like kind of going back and forth, emails, phone calls, after 8 weeks you finally get paid. So it's that's like the nerve-wracking part, because as a fighter training camp's expensive. You got to eat right, take care of your body, get the massage, sports chiro, eat right. You have like to all of a sudden not know if you're going to get paid or not, and especially 3 times in a row. That was pretty nerve-wracking. So like now knowing I'm with Brave, I know I'm going to get paid when I'm supposed to get paid. To me, that's like, okay, cool. I don't have to stress.
And one thing I'm curious about, I mean, you told me before this interview that you had sparring today, and I think you mentioned you were going to do some strength and conditioning. What does your diet kind of look like on days like today? Because I assume as an athlete, you have to fuel your body very differently, I assume, with all this stuff than you would maybe on normal days.
Yeah, so, typically, being that I am like 2 weeks out for my fight, it's really I'm just kind of watching the calories. And what I am putting in me is good dense nutrients. So like for lunch I'll have like a spinach wrap. Probably do like a vegetable omelet inside a spinach wrap. And then before I leave, before I leave for my strength conditioning session, I'll probably do some oatmeal and some oatmeal and some fruit. Something like some really quick absorbing energy and something sustainable that my body will be able to absorb and use. So now it's really about just putting the right stuff that your body will use for energy, and not really like, I'm pretty much being really strict. It's nothing like, pretty much I'm eating for function rather than for fun. So like but it's all good at this point. 20 pro fights, it's just another day, bro. You gotta do. I'm trying to get my weight down low so I can have some Thanksgiving dinner. That's my goal. I'm trying to be super strict this week so that I can have some good food on Thursday.
Hey, that's right. It is on Thursday. I'm outside the United States, so sometimes I forget. But are you going to be doing anything special? I mean, are you going to be spending time with family? What's kind of Thursday going to look like for you?
Yeah, so I'll probably train in the morning, and then my sister is doing a little thing at her place, so I'll go over there, have some good food with my sis, spend time with the family and the nephews, and that will probably be it, man. Because I got to get back in the gym on Friday. Pretty much everything is. I'm on right now. I'm on a schedule. I'm on a mission, so I got to stay focused on that. After the 14th, I can enjoy the holiday and kind of be a little bit more carefree. But right now, it's stick to the mission.
For sure. I assume turkey though that you must be allowed that on your diet 'cause I guess it is a lean source of protein. I assume turkey is okay for you.
Yeah, so I'll do turkey. I'll stick with the veggies. So maybe I'll have some sweet potato for some complex carbs. But I'll definitely will not be doing second plates. I'll have one plate. That's it, man. But it's cool, man. I'm at this point, man. It's nothing new, man. You just you're on a diet, stick to it. Make it be disciplined so that the weight cut is easy, man. Less is more at this point. I'm not trying to make 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 the weight cut any harder than it is, because then like when you're that extra 2-3 pounds heavy, trust me, you're gonna be cursing yourself for having that extra piece of pie.
For sure, and I do want to talk to you about this upcoming fight at Brave, but first I want to talk a little bit about The Ultimate Fighter. I know you got lucky, you competed on the show twice, but I want to talk about the second experience. How do you look back at your experience in the Tough House the second time around?
Yeah, man. The second experience was it was probably the most growth I've ever had as far as developing. I kind of equate it to I went to the Ultimate Fighter if I had my bachelor's degree in the fight game, and when I finished that season, I finished with my PhD.
Hmm.
I had 3 fights in 15 days. I fought really strong competition throughout the season, and you can only grow from those. And like for me, it was a point where it really, really, after I lost to Jessie Taylor, after I knocked out Joe Stevenson, and then I lost to Jessie Taylor, that loss, I was making a mistake of giving my back when I would go to stand up. And after I fought Jessie, that mistake I made, finally, I was able to like connect all the pieces to the puzzle. And I was like, oh, that's why you don't do that, because this will happen and that, and then you find yourself here. And so it was like, to me, it was a moment where I finally put all the pieces to the puzzle together. So and that wouldn't have happened without losing. And since I've come off that season, I've been fighting strong sambo guys, strong wrestlers. I fought Pavel Kush, number one ranked fighter from Ukraine. He had 22 wins, 17 finishes, 5 KOs. Every fight that he won, he finished. He finished his opponent. And I fought the Russian, my last fight for M1 Global, who was combat sambo and Russian wrestling specialist, masters in international grappling, and I was able to pick those guys apart. And that's only because I learned the proper distance, what to do and what not to do, from losing to Jessie Taylor. And that's all. In this sport, it's really a game of you really only lose if you quit. If you don't quit, then your loss is a win. Because of your knowledge you gain. So for me, like, it's nothing but blessings, man. Both experiences on the Ultimate Fighter were tremendous growing experiences, and it's just nothing but positives.
And so I do want to talk about Jesse Taylor a little bit because we know that he went on to beat this, win the show, gets back in the UFC. Unfortunately, he gets flagged by USADA, and then he gets released. What was your reaction to everything? I mean, a lot of people heard from Diego Lima when it happened. Obviously, he's not happy. What was your reaction when you saw how all that went down?
Man, it in this day and age of like, you're hearing issues with supplements all the time, man. You know, Supplements are not regulated by the FDA, so like, it's really you see companies making stuff in their bathtub and stuff, so like contamination is like a big issue, and you're seeing it's been happening to guys left and right. So like, I just probably I thought, it's a contaminated supplement, and things will hopefully get worked out, but um things ended up, I guess they ended up parting ways. I'm not too up to date on it, but Jesse's a really good dude, man. He's a good friend of mine in the house, and like all these guys, man, I support them because this is the toughest way to make a dollar, bro. Like the sacrifices, the injuries, the lonely nights, getting punched, kicked, the highs are high, the lows are low. So like, I just want anyone that's in this sport that's working hard and pushing and motivating themselves, I support, man. So like, I want the best for everybody, man. I want him to do well. He's got family, he's got kids, he's a good guy, and so yeah, I'm cheering for him.
And it seems like after the Ultimate Fighter, a lot of guys that have trouble, the ones who don't make it into the UFC, finding fights, getting in other organizations. It seemed like it took you a little while before, we saw these consecutive fights. Well, what's going on there? I mean, why is it so difficult to find fights? I mean, is it something about the UFC holding you back? Is it difficulty with the promotion? I mean, what stops you from just, jumping back out there right away?
Yeah, I kind of got put in a little. I kind of got stuck in a stalemate. I think it was management issues for me. I when I got out of the when I got finished last Ultimate Fighter, I was waiting to get some news for my next fight, and I wasn't getting anything triggered. So I think it was management issues for me personally. So I ended up signing with new management, and once I signed with new management, that kind of opened the door, and I started getting fight offers. So I really just think it's the connections, man. You got to have the right team around you, right management. The right management with the right connections and the right relationships, and like that's what I now have, and so I just have the right environment, and the biggest thing also is now I got some good win streak going. And I'm looking to build off that, get my fourth win in a row against Carl, and so yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
And that's right, you are, of course, on a 3-fight winning streak. Looks like things are going well for you. I mean, what are your thoughts on your opponent, Crowman, as you head into this fight?
Carl's a good dude, man. He's an exciting fighter, strong striker. He likes to strike. He likes to bang. I'm looking forward to that type of fight. My previous 3 fights have been against all grapplers, wrestlers, sambo guys. So I'm looking forward to going out there and fighting a striker, and kind of letting things go and just letting it rip. And fighting Carl, he's got a similar mindset as me. He enjoys a good fight. I enjoy a good fight. So anytime two guys are very similar like that, the recipe is fireworks, man. So I'm excited to go out there. I know he's going to bring out the best in me, and I plan on going out there and doing what makes me special.
And so what's your goal now that you're with Brave? I mean, obviously you want to win these 3 fights, get on a 6-fight winning streak, but I mean, do you think you're going to be fighting for a title with Brave? Is it just about using this as sort of a stepping stone for what's next? I mean, what's your goal now that you're with Brave?
Yeah, man, I'm actually trying to get that belt, bro. I feel if I go out there and I show them what I'm capable of with this fight, I feel like it can put me up in the categories for title contention. Maybe not my next fight, but the fight after that. I feel like I can showcase skills that they enjoy, that the fans want to see, and I feel like if I go out there and I handle business against Carl like I'm supposed to, I go out there and not only win but get an exciting finish. That will give me some momentum where I can kind of talk and say why I deserve to fight for the title next.
All right, keeping that in mind, I have just one more for you. How do you see yourself getting your hand raised December 14th?
Man, well, you know what? I'm a pressure fighter. So my goal is to go out there and let it rip, man. I do my best when I'm throwing grenades from 0 to 0. So I don't know what round it will be, first round, second round, or third round, but I'll be pushing the pace from 0 to 0, and I plan on connecting. And once I connect, that should be the end of the night. So I don't know how it will come. Most likely with my hand, but I'm gonna be slanging heat, and when I land it should be deadly.
All right, well, we look forward to it, man. It's going to be a great fight. Thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it.
Hey Lucas, man, much love, brother. I appreciate the time, man. Thank you for supporting me, and much love to you and Sherdog, man.